Hello everyone, I am Mathu Agarwal. I am offering manager with application integration team at IBM. And today in this demo, I will show you a new AI powered feature in App Connect, which we call as Mapping Assist. So first let's take a look at the business use case. So a company uses ABC uses Microsoft 365 for their email and calendar needs, and the same company uses Salesforce as a CRM and for campaign management, and they want some data from the past calendar meetings inside Salesforce in order to create a campaign. So they need to create an integration flow where they can send the specific calendar event past events data from Microsoft 365 to Salesforce, and that's exactly I'll show you how to build it using App Connect. So let's get started. So this is the home page for App Connect, and you can see that here it lets you create an event driven flow so that you can build a flow which can be invoked on real time events, or you can create a simple API flow, and that's what we're gonna create in this particular case as well. So let's go ahead and create an API flow. Here you can provide the name of your flow, and in my case I will name it as sync calendar events, and here in the model name I have to define my model, which will be event. Now I can define this is the model for my API, and I can define as many properties needed for my business use case. For now I just need ID because I want to sync the calendar events from Microsoft to Salesforce using the ID property, and I'll go ahead and implement the operation. So right now I've added an API for post, which is a create event, and this is the where I will implement my logic. So let's go ahead and click on implement flow. As you can see that App Connect has auto generated the stuff for API, and you just need to focus on your business logic, that is to sync the data, and rest is being taken care by App Connect using no coding approach. So if I click on this plus sign, you can see that it has shows a palette to me, and here it shows the list of all the connectors that are available right inside App Connect. We can use any of them, and in addition to that, you can, if you already have some APIs created in your or if some other members in your team have created APIs, you can reuse them as well. And also we have this toolbox for the logical nodes, right? Say for example, if you want to add a if node or a for each node or a parser node, you can do that as well. So for this flow, we will first go ahead and select the Microsoft 365, and let's go to the event because I want to retrieve the event from 365. It will take a couple of seconds to load, and it will also show me the calendar folder and calendar ID, as you can see. So I can select whichever calendar ID and calendar folder that I want. And after that in this particular use case I wanted to add a where clause that it should only retrieve the calendar event from the ID that I have passed while invoking the API. So I will develop a mapping for that, and how I can do that is I can just type ID, and that's it. It will get mapped, and I know that it will only generate a single flow, and that's what single item, and that's what I wanted to retrieve. Now let's go to the second node. Now I want to send this information of calendar event to Salesforce. So I will go ahead and select the Salesforce node, and here it shows me all the operations on the Salesforce. In this particular case I will need a create event, So as you can see that I have I have built my flow. I mean, it's not completed yet, but I have added both the nodes. Now comes the important section where we have to build the flow mappings, right? You can see that these are the target fields in the Salesforce application, and we have to map all the fields from the incoming Microsoft event, right? That's how we build an integration flow. Now it's a very a time consuming exercise, as well as a person need to have a good knowledge of the endpoint applications which it's trying to map. So you can see that if someone really need to fill these mappings manually, what user need to do is they need to go here and they have to go through each of the fields from the Microsoft. As you can see the Microsoft logo here, it is showing all the possible fields from Microsoft calendar events, and then for each of the field from Salesforce you have to manually map to Microsoft calendar event. You can understand it's such a time consuming process. But what we have added, the new AI feature, it is called as mapping assist, which basically uses the AI semantic matching, and it generates the, it gives you the best suggestion possible for all of these maps, right? So what you can do is rather than manually doing the maps, you can just click on any of the field and you can see that it will show you the top suggestions along with the percentage of how much confident it is about the suggestion. So you can see that for the name ID, it is suggesting ID field from the Microsoft and it is 88% confident about it. In some cases, user may not like the topmost suggestion, so we offer the second suggestion as well. I mean, you can see that the second most suggestion is 80% confident, third one is a little bit less confident than that, right? So you can even select some of the fields via that. You can do the same for all other fields, right? Like say for example, for the subject field of Salesforce, it is recommending you to map from the subject field of Microsoft. So this is one way where we help user in providing the suggested mappings, but still it is time consuming that user have to go and map individual fields, right? And that's where we have provided one more option which can dramatically reduce your mapping time. If you just click on the map view suggestions, it will show you all the possible matches of all the fields that it has, and it auto maps all the fields which are high confidence ones, right? And you can see that if you don't like any of the suggestions, in case you need something different, like say for example the date and time which is coming from Microsoft is for start date time and that's not the end date time, right? So you may want to delete this. So you can use these suggestions, and if any of the suggestion you don't like, you can go ahead and delete it. It's kind of a preview screen which lets you select or deselect individual suggestion, and after that if you are happy with it, you can apply these suggestions. So once you apply these suggestions, it will automatically maps all the suggestions to you. So as you can see, right, it has made it so simple for any user to develop mappings, and that's the power of mapping assist, which we wanted to cover in this demo video. And we also have a response node where you can go ahead and you can select the target mapping that we wanted to show. Do let me know if you liked the video and if you have any more suggestions or any more video that you would like me to cover. Thank you.